celebrate the second bell ringing for this particular issuance in the second tranche of this particular listing of the green bond by CEC Zambia. So one thing we do want to acknowledge as a Lusaka Securities Exchange is that this was no easy feat for CEC, for them to be able to raise over $96 million. So green bonds of late have obviously emerged as a wonderful and powerful financial instrument that channel finances as well as capital towards sustainable as well as environmentally friendly projects. This occasion today is in particular very significant for us as an exchange because it demonstrates three major leading indicators. Number one, the confidence the market has in the CEC company to deliver on its investor expectation. As we heard earlier, they were able to pay the dividends on the first tranche that was issued. Interestingly, also the second element in terms of leading indicators for us as an exchange is that the confidence that investors have continued to show in our capital markets and its mechanisms to be able to raise such large sums of capital for such onward projects as a CEC green bond. The markets also, as a third leading indicator, continue to show very strong appetite for instruments such as green bonds that drive environmental responsibility and positive impact in our economic value chain. Therefore, as an exchange, these three leading indicators point to a positive sentiment and renewed confidence from issuers and investors alike. Our capital markets, no doubt, very ripe for new investment opportunities, particularly now as the country looks to solution many other economic challenges. Solutions and skill sets are very much readily available within our markets, as can be evidenced from the occasion we're having today. So the LUSA is very committed to promoting and encouraging sustainable products on the market. Our rigorous standards continues to ensure transparency, accountability, as well as investor confidence. By facilitating the issuance of this green bond, we empower businesses such as CEC to raise finance and make a meaningful difference in our environment. Therefore, as we celebrate the issuance of this second tranche, let us all recognize the immense potential of green finance within our market. Again, raising over $96 million is no small feat. We therefore want to encourage investors, governments, as well as businesses to continue to embrace sustainable finances and practices, as well as investing in such green projects. By working together, we can continue to create a world where economic prosperity as well as environmental stewardship go hand in hand. I therefore want to continue to commend the board of CEC and management for their continuous hard work and dedication towards this venture. We are eager to see more issuances from you in the future. I also want to commend the investor community that have channeled these funds into this project. It is your contribution that brings us here today. It is your contribution that makes today very possible. Finally, I would like to commend the following institutions, as already stated, the government through the various ministries, Ministry of Energy, the Ministry of Finance, as well as the Ministry of Green Economy and Environment, for their support in ensuring such initiatives are encouraged and sustained on our local market. We also wish to sincerely thank our regulator, the capital markets, the Securities and Exchange Commission, for their continued support towards how we can continue to enforce regulation across our markets. And also wish to thank our sponsoring broker, Stockbroker Zambia, for their earnest dedication to make sure this particular project and the second tranche of this green bond was a success. So once again, we wish to sincerely congratulate CEC on this wonderful and successful issuance of the second tranche of the green bond. I thank you.
It is an honor to address you today as we mark yet another milestone by CEC Renewables and its parent company, Copperbelt Energy Corporation. The announcement today of our second tranche, equal to $96 million United States dollars, marks a second significant achievement in our unwavering commitment to contribute to advancing renewable energy adoption, which addresses the pressing challenges of our time which is climate change. The funds from the bond we are issuing will be dedicated to the development of the second phase of our 𝗕𝗶𝗴𝗆 solar project, which will be delivered, which is going to deliver an additional 136 megawatts of solar capacity. As you would recall, earlier this year in May, we did commission the first phase of the 𝗕𝗶𝗴𝗆 solar project, which was 60 megawatts. So the bond issuance that we're discussing today is for the second phase of the 𝗕𝗶𝗴𝗆 solar project. This is a critical step towards realizing our ambition to achieve a combined solar generation capacity of 250 megawatts by 2025 and to further expand this to 750 megawatts by 2028 through working with our partners from both the public and the private sectors. The response to this bond issuance has been overwhelming. Just as it was with our first issuance, where we raised $54 million, once again, the bond was oversubscribed by 129%. This robust participation is the testament to the growing recognition of the potential of green bonds as a viable financing option for the much needed green projects. Ladies and gentlemen, subscription to this bond opened on 29th of November and closed on 2nd December 2024. However, I must highlight that local investment remains comparatively low. As we chart this course towards a renewable energy future, we hope to see greater participation by local investors in driving the growth of Zambia's renewable energy sector. This issuance would not have been possible without the valuable partnerships we have cultivated. I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to all our partners. Your unwavering support has been instrumental in enabling us to achieve this milestone, and we are deeply appreciative of your trust in CEC's vision and capabilities. CEC Renewables, as you would recall, was established in 2022, and in just 2 years, the strides we have made are remarkable. The 94 megawatts of generation capacity from our 2 operational solar plants already accounts for 6% of CEC's power supply portfolio since their commissioning. The plants have injected over 6,000 megawatt hours into the grid, contributing to the much needed energy by the mines and other industries in our country. We, however, recognize that this is only a fraction of what is required to bridge the energy gap that Zambia is currently faced with. The energy crisis the country faces is a reminder of the urgent need for all stakeholders in the power sector to accelerate the development of new power sources. As a company with over 70 years of history in Zambia, we remain committed to playing a pivotal role in helping the country achieve its energy security goals. The CEC Group, working with others, will continue to pursue more solar projects across the country through various implementation models, including the public public-private partnerships. Through the issuance of the green bonds, we see ourselves connecting financial markets to sustainable energy development. In this regard, we invite more partners, both local and international, to join us in this transformative mission. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, today's announcement is more than a financial achievement. It is a reaffirmation of our commitment to delivering renewable energy solutions that power Zambia's industries, homes, and communities. Thank you to everyone who has supported us on this journey. Let us continue to work together to secure Zambia's energy future. I thank you.
Through innovation and financing solutions and through renewable energy projects, CEC is willing and clearly willing to take up the challenge. We're pleased to note that the proceeds of this second tranche will finance the second phase of CEC Renewables' 𝗕𝗵𝗄𝗆 solar PV power plant, which is expected to contribute 136 megawatts to the company's renewable energy portfolio. This will bring CEC Renewables' total solar energy capacity to an impressive 236 megawatts, reinforcing its role as a key player in Zambia's renewable energy landscape. We're also thrilled at 𝗥𝗶𝗀𝗆𝗏 to not only underwrite this issuance, but also to act as the lead manager in respect of the issuance of these notes. This was indeed an innovative solution to our energy crisis. Energy is the lifeblood of industrial and economic growth, and our participation in this bond underscores our commitment to advancing Zambia's future by investing in key sectors and driving sustainable growth. We're pleased to add this as the first green bond to Stanbic Zambia's portfolio. And this is in addition to Standard Bank Group's portfolio, which is the largest on the continent at this point. Stanbic Bank Zambia stands ready to partner with others in supporting the investment into various opportunities in the energy sector for the growth of our economy. Having participated in many sustainable energy financing projects, both at Stanbic Bank Zambia and Standard Bank Group level, we hope that this positions us not only as financiers, but as thought leaders in this quest to achieve sustainable financing and sustainable energy in Zambia.
I must actually correct that I've been an employee of the United Nations Development Programme, and as such, the credit must go to the UN, who are my employers. I wasn't doing it in my personal capacity, but of course, I was the first. It's exciting, I think, to see, this second, tranche. And I must indicate that this journey actually started on the 16th of October, 2019. And some of my colleagues here, Pascal, Stanbic, I think we've been together in the trenches, conceptualizing this from the word go. It looked like a far-fetched dream at that time, but it's exciting to see that now it's come to fruition. And of course, UNDP, BioFin, continues to be a great partner in this journey, green finance, and now beyond the green bonds, we're working on other instruments like supporting Zambia's national green finance taxonomy, the strategy, and all that. And one thing I must actually indicate is to give credit to Zambia's financial sector regulators. Mr. Chitalo here may say I was a bother at the time, but I think it was for a good cause. But I think over time, I must also give credit for being receptive. And given that I have the privilege of obviously overseeing quite a number of countries in Africa, I think Zambia's financial sector regulators are some of the most progressive regulators. So sometimes we shouldn't be too hard on ourselves. We are actually progressing. So I think a round of applause to financial sector regulators. So one of the little pieces that I probably would request from Minister of Finance, I think they've been a great partner, having given us the incentives, the investors, zero rating of the withholding tax on interest. But I think for the issuers of green bonds, I think there's one incentive that we've been requesting, which is to try and see if we can reduce the transaction cost. So I think that is one issue that we're really looking forward to. But I also just wanted to echo the fact that UNDP Biofin also has a technical assistance facility. Pretty soon, the team will issue an expression of interest for those that are willing to join the ranks of CEC, where we'll provide technical assistance for further green bond issuances. So be on the lookout for that. So with those few remarks, hopefully they were. Thank you so much. And to CEC, I think let's see another one. Thank you.
CEC has made our work so much easier in the sense that the country has a long-term capital markets development plan, and when this plan was being made, I think we should have consulted CEC, because the benchmark was to raise $100 million by 2027. We are in 2024. We've raised almost $150 million. That's 49% above the target. So my colleagues and I were like, okay, we still have to speak to CEC. We need to raise this target. So I think we need to clap for ourselves as a country. But that leads me into another point. We have just shown as a country, despite everything else, that it is still very, very possible to raise long-term finance. I think Mr. Slava and his team needs to host an event where they can school every one of us how they're managing to raise funds. As a private sector company, I'm strongly suspecting that you will still make profits despite the challenges. So the question to everyone else, especially the state-owned enterprises, how come CEC is managing? Can we go to CEC and learn one or two things, even as we raise the bar? Remember I said 100 million, we've done 150 million. Now, it all started in 2019, when we noticed that it was possible to use climate-linked financing solutions to raise long-term funds that went to protect our environment, but also mitigate climate risks that we're facing. One person in here that has been mentioned a number of times, and I'm not too shy to mention his name again, Bruno, seated somewhere here. He would walk to our offices literally trying to convince us that there was this thing called climate finance. As an accountant, I think I was probably hearing of it for the first time, and I was like, Bruno is downstairs, yet again he's come. But I think, Bruno, thanks to you, we went on to formulate guidelines, the green bonds guidelines, upon which it's been possible to raise funds that we're talking about. We are still got a journey to see to it that we can tag and report on and get to know that the funds that we raise in a green way end up with being used in the stated particular manner. So the use of proceeds is key in ensuring that we showcase what we are launching today, and we can trace each and every dollar that is coming from the stated investors, that it ends up in the green bond space. To the investors, as the Securities and Exchange Commission, using the law that we have, we pledge our support to ensuring that we uphold all the governance structures that have been put in place. The green bond comes with extra regulatory requirements, one of which is the tagging and reporting, which Bruno and his team, and of course my team from the Securities and Exchange Commission has been working on. We need to show the investors who are trusting us with the money, not only that the money is going to the stated objectives, but with the first coupon the chair talked about has been being paid. That's a true testament that the funds are being used productively. But it also brings another aspect. The first time the coupon was paid out, we received a team from Parliament, because now everyone knows that it's possible to invest in solar and even get dividends. The challenge was, and I'm proud to have noticed that we have more than the two first, I think, investors. I've heard that 𝗕𝗏𝗄𝗯𝗹𝗏 is now part of it. I guess that's answered some of the questions that we had. Where are the locals? Where is the local participation? So it's a challenge to all of us to get to know and learn and hear for ourselves that it's profitable to raise long-term funds on the capital markets in a sustainable manner and still receive the rewards as promised.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on Financial Insight. My name is Vivian Chiwala, and we just witnessed the announcement of the second tranche green bond by CEC Renewables. And here on the sideline interview with me is Mr. 𝗕𝗏𝗄𝗯𝗹𝗏, who is the asset manager at CEC Renewables. Mr. Hilton, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself and a bit about the portfolio of CEC Renewables?
So, like you mentioned, I'm the asset manager for CEC Renewables. So I'm responsible for the operation, care, and management of CEC Renewables. As a company, we have two assets in operation, totaling 94 megawatts capacity. Both of these assets are solar power plants.
Okay, thank you so much. And could you tell us the specific size of the second issuance of the second tranche green bond and the tenure of the bond as well?
Okay, so today we've announced the issuance of $97.6 million green bond, which is the second tranche of the $200 million listed bond. And this bond will last for 15 years.
Okay, thank you so much. And can you tell us what specific projects in detail are going to be financed using this green bond?
In a nutshell, it's one project. So this is a 136 megawatt solar project that we are developing, and this project is a second phase, or phase 2, of the 60 megawatt 𝗕𝗏𝗄𝗯𝗹𝗏 solar project that we commissioned earlier this year.
Okay, thank you so much. And on a final note, in case maybe there is anything that you'd like maybe people to be on the lookout for, maybe projections for 2025, if that is okay?
Sure. Obviously, we've just issued the green bond, so for 2025, our primary focus will be to actually implement this very project and ensure that the funding that we've secured through the green bond are indeed utilized fully for the development and implementation of our 136 𝗕𝗏𝗄𝗏 solar PV project.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Hilton, for joining me. My name is Vivian Chiwala, and look out for more of such green bond issuance news from Financial Insights. Thank you.
Thank you.